everybody.
I'm Joanne from Magpies Cottage.
I'm Amy.
Nice to have you back with us.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, a long while.
Did we figure out how many weeks it's been since we podcasted?
I think 4 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
I think so.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah. So, now we're back.
Yeah, did we podcast after I came back from California? Yes. I think we did
the
one.
First time you came back.
No, I
don't think the second
April
time.
trip?
But didn't you go back in May?
No. I was there in March and then I was there in April.
We podcast after your March trip, but I don't think we did after your second
Okay,
trip.
so then that means we haven't podcasted since Easter.
Oh. That maybe doesn't sound... We did one little one in between somewhere,
Okay,
like
well,
on a Wednesday or something.
Okay.
Didn't we?
I don't know. Old age, can't remember shit.
Because didn't I show this?
You showed it part way, and
Oh,
I think I showed mine finished.
Yeah,
I think
yours
I had
was
it on.
finished.
I think I had it on.
Mm-hmm. You did have yours on.
Okay, so model this one.
Okay, this is my Don't Panic from Casapinka, made with Remix Light. It is, I showed you the hem, which you can't really see. It's the same as the sleeves. It's
a nice touch.
A little picot hem that's folded under, you know, and then you bind off both together. So,
nice
I
touch.
didn't want it cinched in at the hem or the arms. I wanted it to be more flowy. So I got exactly what I wanted. And so, yeah, Remix Light from Barocco.
I used that last year for a sweater, that a derecho I made.
Yeah.
And that's really a nice yarn.
It is. It doesn't show the detail as well as yours, but I didn't want it to be real distinguishable. I wanted it more like this. I got what I wanted.
Well, you know what? But I love the texture of it.
Yeah.
You know, and the darker pink little noil things and whatever.
Yep.
I really like that yarn, and I like that color.
I barely broke into the 4th ball, so it goes a long way.
Yeah. Yeah, that is impressive.
Yep. So yeah, I'm very happy with it. Casapinka, Don't Panic.
Yeah, I'll link that on Ravelry.
Okay.
Well, actually, if I forget to link it, you can also see, go to like the last podcast link because mine is linked in there.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I did that. And if I didn't, oops, I'm bad.
Yeah.
But, you know, I can't remember shit. That's what I said. So.
Yeah. So what are you wearing?
I am wearing my latest, this was a test. And so the pattern I think came out this week. It is called Sundrop. You can't see it. The top is nothing. It's boring. Little detail on the sleeve. Okay.
But that's after you split for sleeves.
After you split for sleeves, you got to about the waist of plain stockinette. But then after it, you get this whole lace bottom part.
Yeah, it looks like texture for both
There's
4
texture,
inches, then
texture, a little more texture, and then lace.
Okay.
And it's this, I used a linen silk blend. So it's 100% linen silk, no cotton in it. And
you could easily use this yarn.
Oh, without a doubt.
Much
you know what? Actually, what I would like to use, oh boy. I knit it last summer in the green. Mona's knitting it right now in her summer top that she's doing.
Oh, I don't remember what she's doing.
It's a Barocco, something silk.
Okay.
But you got it. I mean.
Oh, the summer silk, you mean?
I don't think it's summer silk.
Oh.
I knit a shirt out of it that had lace.
Oh, that's Ella Ray Rustic Silk.
Rustic silk, that's it. I think this would be phenomenal in that Ella Ray Rustic Silk. And if I didn't have a queue a mile long, I would buy some of that Ella Ray Rustic Silk and reknit this.
Okay.
Just because I think this would be phenomenal in that. I love the way the rustic silk brings, like, you know, it's not a solid. It's a semi-solid.
Oh,
and like the blue purpley color that Mona's knitting right now.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous. I looked at her knitting that last night and I go, oh my gosh. I think this pattern would be phenomenal in that yarn.
Yeah.
And there is this part of me that wishes I would have knit that because I think it would have been a perfect match.
How many balls did you use in that one?
3.
Okay.
No, not 2.5. I got about half a ball left.
Okay, so that yarn went a long way too. Was it fingering?
Yeah, it's fingering.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Okay.
this was a Miss Babs damask.
Okay.
Or damask. How do you say that? I don't know. Damask? What's the right way?
I've heard it both. Like when you're talking about silk fabric, I've heard it both ways.
Okay. Well,
So,
it's
I don't
the
know
same word.
Yeah.
So, and the only reason I wanted to try that yarn, and this is what Laura used when she knit hers. And so I thought, what the heck? Seemed like an opportunity to try. I love trying new yarns.
Sure.
Okay, I do. And I do it all the time. But on the other hand, after I try a new yarn or I test a pattern or something comes up and I have to knit it in a different yarn, which is why I'm waiting impatiently for that Barocco to come in.
Yeah, I know. Well, I said yesterday, she told us it's been sitting in Halifax. Who knows why it got bumped up there. But she said it was because whatever port it was supposed to come in was full. So the ship went up there. And that it's been there.
I don't, we talk about all of the stuff we can't get. Store shelves are empty. Are they ever going to get caught up in our ports?
I don't know.
It makes one wonder.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you ever get caught up? Because I don't think they can find more humans to work the docks.
Yeah.
I think that there are more, ships coming in all the time. So whatever's there is kind of sitting there. I don't know. I don't know if you ever get caught up.
I don't know.
But nonetheless, I'm waiting impatiently because I ask her every week when I come in. Barocco here yet?
Well, they finally said they have it in the Barocco warehouse this week.
Yeah.
They finally got it, so they just got to inventory it and ship it back out.
Well, it won't take long, I'm sure.
Yeah, she said it'll be out to us within a week.
Yeah. So, it's a new yarn. What's it called?
Spree.
Spree. And it, how would you describe it? Speckle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or splash.
Splash. Yeah, splash.
Yeah.
And when I tested, oh boy, it's in podcast notes somewhere, was a Kitty Hawk. I knit it in the Summer Sesame. And it really knit up nice in the Summer Sesame. I have no complaints. I just haven't decided if I'm going to lengthen it or not.
Okay.
I think I'm going to because I have the yarn, and that's why. But nonetheless, after I saw your swatch that you did of the Spree, and then I thought about that pattern, to me, that is
a perfect match.
A perfect match. And I want to reknit that. And okay, you know me, I never knit a pattern twice, except in rare occasions. And this is one of them. Because I just think that that shirt will be so cool in that yarn. So I'm going to do it.
Okay.
When it gets here, I don't know. I mean, it's funny because talk about what we've been knitting. We'll move on to that. I've been knitting swatches.
Oh, okay.
Where are my swatches?
Oh, yeah, I see them.
And I've got two more I want to do. This is what I knit up. This is Marmel.
Okay.
This is that Marmel. And I knit it, I swatched it in the round. You can see how that cool striping, whatever pattern going on. It's a thick and thick kind of thing going on. So there's texture in it as well as striping. Now, I thought maybe I would knit another Kitty Hawk out of this. But I also thought that I could find a different pattern. The thought of knitting 3 knitted Kitty Hawks, no, not working for me. Not going to do it. I'll knit 1 for sure, but 2 more? Anyways, so I don't know what this wants to be, but I wanted to swatch it.
Okay.
And I love the way it knit up, and I love the fabric.
Oh, yeah.
It's nice. And see, when you did the sample, when you got the Marmel in, you crocheted your sample.
What did I? Oh, yeah. Yep.
I think you did a little scarf or something like it was like that with a ball of it. Well, I like this stuff. And I think it's really pretty. When you look at all the variegation and the color changing going on in this swatch, it's really pretty.
Yeah.
So I swatched that.
Okay.
Then this is Isola. This is the name. No, we don't have it in the shop. And I have decided it's okay you don't, because if I swatched this, and I swatched it flat, but I also have a swatch going on at home in the round, because I'm trying to decide if this would be something I would want to knit in the round or flat. I'm playing, okay?
Yeah.
I don't know what it's going to be. I saw what started all this, okay, is that I saw this summer weight cardigan that used this yarn.
Oh, okay.
And that's why I asked you about it. So I really, 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 really liked that summer weight cardigan. But when I look at this, this says it's DK.
Oh.
But it's a thin one.
Yeah, it looks
you know what
thin.
You know what?
What?
Zooey.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's...
Zooey is what you would substitute this for.
Okay.
So the fact that you don't have this in the shop is really no big deal.
Okay.
Because I could either A, find that, or B, knit it in Zooey. I'm going to decide. Okay. I haven't decided yet. But nonetheless, I'm also, because I don't know what pattern it wants to be, I also have a swatch of this going on in the round.
Okay.
And so these two are blocked, but I did not, I didn't finish my swatch in the round yet. It's not big enough.
Okay.
So that's what I've been doing, swatching.
Okay, all right.
Swatching and swatching and swatching. And in this.
What is that?
This is that test I did for Amber O'Brien.
Okay.
With my Advent kit.
Advent kit, okay.
It's going to be released mid-June. And it is called Solstice, Summer or Winter Solstice. You know, now, it's kind of cool how she named this thing. And it comes out, there's two versions. One in fingering weight, one in DK weight.
Okay.
And I used an Advent kit for it. You certainly couldn't. You could use leftovers. Each section, I did summer solstice because that's the fingering one. And so because I had this Advent kit that I had absolutely no use for, and to be truthful, wasn't crazy about the yarn.
Okay.
Well, I mean, okay, look.
But in that, it looks very nice.
It does. It worked for this.
What is that? That's a wrap. That's not.
It is a long wrap.
Okay.
This is half of it. And it's got, but it's on the bias, the zigzag.
But not exactly. Just a little on the bias.
A little on the bias, yes. Okay, so that's one side, and here's the other, because this is doubled. And so.
Yeah, that's pretty.
It is pretty. I mean, I don't know where I'm going to wear it or what I'm going to do with it, but I like the pattern.
Yeah.
And it was a good use. There are some other people that are testing it where their color sections are like more contrast. Okay. Whereas mine all kind of flow into each other.
I was going to say, did you fade it? But I'm looking at, you really didn't. It's just that those yarns
I used it,
kind of.
Yeah, I used them in the color order, the numbers in the box.
Okay.
Because it was an Advent kit. And there are 24, there's only 21 sections on this. Could you go an extra 3? Of course.
Yeah, it'd be really long. Then.
But the pattern called for 21.
Okay.
And each section took 15 grams. And so, you know, 20 gram minis is perfect for it. But on the other hand, if you got leftovers, you know, think about that whole scrappy quilt. 15 grams, I bet you somebody's got, so could put something together easily with 15 grams worth of sock yarn you got sitting around at home. I mean, easily. So, I mean, I really like it.
Yep, very pretty.
I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But, you know, and the other version, the winter solstice, because she's in the land of down under, she's knitting at DK. Because it's winter down there.
Yeah.
So, kind of cool.
Yeah, very nice.
So, this thing, God, it took me a long time. It seemed like it was just going on forever.
Well, it's a long wrap.
It is. And there's 21 sections of 15 grams.
Yeah, so that's...
So, yeah.
Like 300.
Yeah, it's a lot.
300 grams in there.
Yeah.
So.
But I'm very happy with the way it turned out.
I've been doing more sewing than knitting.
Well, that's okay.
I made a whole bunch of those yarn bowls again. I won't show them because you've seen them here before.
I love my yarn bowl. You know, I have the one that's wider on the bottom. That is the most wonderful yarn bowl.
Okay,
ever.
I didn't make any of the big ones. I only made the small ones.
Well, I'm thinking that I want to take a small one and put it in my knitting bag.
Okay.
Because there are so many times where I'm sitting here and my ball's rolling around.
Yeah.
You know, when you transport yarn and you knit in places, having a bowl, but these would be, they'll hold their shape, but on the other hand, you can kind of smush them.
Yeah, they do smash. And they're lightweight, you know, because I was thinking about a yarn it for the project I got in here. I'll show in a minute. would be wonderful. I'd love that, but that's kind of heavy because it's got a weighted bottom, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And so I wouldn't want to take that all around. So I don't know. I think the yarn bowls are better, but I don't know if I showed that quilt last time.
Yes, you did.
Okay, then I don't have to show it
Wait,
again.
the one on the wall or Lexi's?
On the wall.
Oh, the one on the wall, no.
Okay, I'll put a clip in right here, to show that one.
No, I don't think you did that one.
Yeah, so I'll put the clip in, and everybody.
So, when did you do the face of that? I'm just curious. The front.
Oh, I did it all straight through. I didn't.
Okay, so this is a new one. I guess what I'm
new.
saying is that, do you have quilt tops at home that you haven't finished and quilted?
Well, the one with the purple circles that used to be back there, I'm working on now. I just put the borders on, and it's on my quilt frame. So that one. And I got one over in my office here that's just a front. And that's all. And then I'm working on Olivia's quilt for her graduation. So, yeah. I've been doing a lot of sewing. Well, as long as we're talking about it, I'll show one other thing, too. One thing I was, you know, when I was changing my sheets this week, I thought, it's like, my pillowcases are all getting ratty. So I made some pillowcases. And they're just some fabrics I had laying around.
I love them. So bright and colorful.
Yeah. I've done it before.
Is that seamless pattern?
No, well, there's obviously seams.
It's
the one from this one is the one from the, what was that thing where they were trying to do with 10,000 pillowcases?
I have no idea.
Whatever that pillowcase challenge was, that's what this is from. So,
I found one that was a YouTube.
With French seams.
Yes.
It has French seams, so that's all enclosed, and this is enclosed, and then you just top stitch it a little. And the pattern actually has a little flange that goes here for a third fabric.
Yes, that's the one I've done.
I don't really need the flange on mine.
I like the flange because it's a nice contrast.
Yeah.
I think I made them.
But I didn't need that. So, but when I was making them, I messed up on the second one. I was like, you know, because when you do a French seam, you sew it with wrong sides together.
Right.
And you're so used to sewing right sides together. So on this one, I sewed the right sides together, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, shit. And instead of ripping it out or whatever, I just put a edge stitch on it.
Oh, well.
And left it.
Yeah.
So I'll see after it washes, if I don't like it, I'll just open this up, cut it off, and then do it the right way. No harm done. These are always plenty big. You just take 3/4 of a yard of fabric and 1/4 for here. And that's the measurements. And they're always plenty big. And you always do them with the fabric. So,
see, I'm curious about something. I would love to make them to fit bigger pillows. Because, like, I have king
size?
Yeah.
Oh, they're the same around. You just make them longer.
I know. But the way you cut the fabric, it only fits the, you know, if you go the width.
The around is the width of fabric. So you're okay there. Just cut instead of 3/4. You know, how long is a king size pillowcase?
It's quite
this one is quite big on my pillows. So you probably only need to add maybe 4 inches to make it into a king size.
Well, I'm going to play around with that because I love knitting.
Yeah.
I love knitting. I love making pillowcases. I think it would be fun to make pillowcases like as a, I think you've done that.
I did that one year. I made
everybody gets a cool.
Pillowcases. Yep. All the kids and adults got pillowcases.
Well, and I could so like Ryan, I know I can find nice Star Wars fabric.
Oh, sure.
You know, I could make Ryan, I could knit. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
I know, it's like on the brain. I could sew Ryan Star Wars pillowcases, and I think he'd think that would be pretty cool. And then, I don't know, I'd find some fun fabric for Kevin, soccer or whatever, because he's so into soccer. I could do that. Yeah. I made some for Cora. She's got pillowcases that match her curtains because I made her curtains. I've done that for her. And I just think it would be fun to put some fun ones on my bed.
Yeah. And you know, sheet sets usually only come with 2, but I have 4 pillows on my bed.
Right.
So you always need more than what you get.
Right. You know, and like, oh, it'd be fun just to send, you know, Derek and Ashley personalized pillows.
Sure.
I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You got any more of that beer fabric? You could put that as the little hem.
You could, but no, I don't.
Oh.
But I'm sure you could find an alternative.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I find wine fabric all the time.
Right. I'm sure that it's out
Oh,
there.
you could have knitting ones, those knitting balls on yours.
Yeah. Oh gosh. And I
put
could
bugs
on runs.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
No, I think he would probably not see the humor in that.
Oh.
He would not. He doesn't, I can't do any, I mean, in my kitchen right now, I saw this at home decor, in the home decor part at Joanne Fabrics. They had this section, it was like coming out in spring. It was all bumblebees.
Oh, okay.
And I bought the runner for on the island, and I bought the dish towels, and I have bumblebees in my kitchen right now.
Oh, okay.
And the gold, because my walls are gold, I have this, you know, everybody in the world's got gray in their house. Not this girl. I'm all warm. But I won't put gray in my house. I can't stand it. It's so cold and impersonable to me. Anyways, so I have all of this bee-themed stuff in my kitchen. He's not commented on it yet. And I'm wondering if there's a reason.
Oh.
But yeah, I
Could
love
be
it.
he
I
just
love my
didn't
bumblebees.
notice.
I have a bumblebee rug and a bumblebee flag, a garden flag.
Oh.
You know, I don't know. I love it.
Okay.
And so, yeah.
Cool. So do you have anything else finished?
No.
Okay.
I didn't bring any finished things along. I just have this.
Okay. So I guess then we should go to works in progress. Go ahead.
Okay.
You go first.
Okay. Here it is.
Okay.
Okay, so the whole story. This is the sweater that I got from the lady I worked with. Okay, so the short story is, this lady I worked with did elder care, took care of an elderly lady. And this elderly lady was a knitter. And then the arthritis got too bad and her hands didn't work so hot, so it was hard for her to knit. So this gal gives me this sweater and says, can you finish it for her? And one sleeve was finished and one sleeve was not. So it was literally one sleeve and the zipper, because it's one of these, you know, up the back baby sweater things. Well, I didn't have too much trouble matching the gauge. Not terrible. One sleeve was done, but in the bag, this contrast color wasn't in the bag.
Okay. Well, maybe it wasn't supposed to be on the sleeves.
Yeah, it was.
Oh.
According to the pattern in the one sleeve.
Okay.
It was on the one sleeve.
Oh, it was on the one sleeve. Okay.
But I couldn't put it on the second sleeve.
Okay.
So then I thought, I can't find this yarn. This is years old, I would think.
Oh, yeah, and it's a variegated.
It's a variegated.
You'll never match that.
Yeah, exactly. So I said, I'm just going to take the one sleeve out and knit 2 sleeves. So, I mean, literally, 3 hours later, I got 2 sleeves.
Yeah.
Then, to even out the edge, and it's still not good, I have to do some wrangling with an iron, I think, to even out this edge.
To sew the zipper, too?
To sew the zipper, too. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not good. It was very uneven to begin with. But here, part of the problem is I had to weave ends in where she changed colors.
Oh, yeah.
And
Looks like she put big old knots in there.
Yep, she did. So,
yeah.
Okay, don't knot your yarn, folks. I mean, okay.
Don't cut it at the knot if you do knot it.
Right.
You should still weave ends in.
Yes. But here's the thing. If you want to knot it, just so that it doesn't come loose, fine. But then take your knot out when you want to weave in.
I don't always.
I do.
Like underneath here where I
Oh,
just
no,
did
there
that
I wouldn't,
cut,
but...
I
yeah.
still have the knot. I just have to weave
Well, and see,
in.
here's a knot I couldn't get out, so that's what that is.
Yeah.
And then I went, you know, I continued with the single crochet around the hood. And around the hood, it's a nice edge.
Yeah.
So there it's fine. But I think I need to take a little steam to it. Okay. I don't know what kind of yarn is. There was no yarn ball band.
Oh, it's probably acrylic.
It is. That's what I'm guessing. You know, probably...
yeah, so you want to watch
but
how much steam
it feels...
you use. Too much steam can make acrylic hard.
yeah, so I don't know. Well, at any rate, I'm going to do a little steaming with this and then try to sew that zipper in today.
Okay.
Yeah, wish me luck. But it's cute.
Mm-hmm. It is.
You know, and I think it would be cute with the stripes on the sleeve, but oh well.
Oh yeah, I don't think you need them. I think it looks fine just like that.
You know, and the other thing is, okay, so I got this was in a pattern book. And the pattern book was, you know, in the bag. I was appalled at some of the terms.
Oh, why?
Okay, now, I've knit gazillions of sweaters, baby sweaters, sweaters for me, whatever. And under the arms, okay, first off, the other thing is she had knit that sleeve flat, didn't know how to do magic loops, so she knit it flat and was going to seam it. So it was just as well I ripped it out because I magic looped them and did them round.
Yep.
But that said, underneath the arms, there were 4 stitches cast on.
Yeah.
But this is too tight in here. She should have had a row or 2 of the main color before that. And but it didn't tell. I went into the pattern. It didn't tell her to do that.
Okay.
Okay. But then it said when you get to picking up for we're putting the stitches on the needle, make 2 at the underarm.
Oh, now and then go back and seam it.
No, it didn't even say go back and seam it.
Oh.
It said make 2 at the underarm. I'm reading that and I'm going, oh my gosh, that would confuse the heck out of somebody.
Yeah.
Because making 2 at the underarm means you're at the underarm, you had cast on stitches for the underarm, and you got to pick up 2 in the place where you cast on. You know, I mean, I did it here, you probably did it there. It's not unusual to do a sweater that way. Right. Even if it is a baby one. And I personally think that a sweater fits better through the bust if you do that.
Yeah.
That said, so there was that. And then when it says, didn't tell you to block it. What? You have to block.
Well, back in the 70s when everybody used acrylic, you didn't have to block.
Well, yeah, okay. You got to do something to get this edge from not curling because it was a stockinette edge. Okay, so then there was that. And then I do not understand how she got this row of knit stitches here
on top of that. It's not sewn on, is it?
I don't know. I can't tell.
I think she sewed a daisy stitch.
Well, it didn't.
I wonder if she was gonna sew the zipper to that edge and turn this under.
Okay, that's a possibility.
Yeah.
But the edge still
that looks embroidered on.
Here it looks good, but then here it does not. Because it was like not there. And then on this side, here you can see it on here and here, but then this part in the middle one, it wasn't right. Weird, weird, weird. Yeah. So I'm sitting there trying to figure this all out. It's been kind of a puzzle.
Yeah.
So I will sew it to this and try to get this as even as possible. And then, of course, there was a gazillion and 1 ends to weave in. But it'll be finished. And, you know, here's the other thing. It didn't bind off in pattern. And so now that doesn't match my cuffs.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't mean to be critiquing it, you know. I'm just looking at the different thought processes here. Sure. So then, in the pattern, it says, sew in the zipper. Now, because I've done these before, I've sewn in the zipper on a machine. I've sewn in the zipper by hand. Don't you think if you were a person that wasn't, you know, a know-it-all like me, you'd want some direction on that? Yeah,
but then again, everybody has their own way of doing it, I guess.
Well, yeah, but I just think that the way the book was intended for novice knitters. The way because it was multiple patterns in there. There was a basic beginning sock pattern in there. A basic bag was in there. I mean, lots of different things. And, you know, as I flipped through the book and I'm thinking, okay, if you're going to use this as kind of a teaching tool, it just seemed to me explaining some of this stuff to somebody would make sense. I don't know.
Was this book from the 70s? Like
no.
No, it wasn't like an old leisure.
I would say no, it was. Remember the author Debbie McComber? She did that.
Oh, she's an author now.
Yeah.
It's the Blossom Street books.
Well, this is the book was based on the Blossom Street knitting projects.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so like somebody was knitting in one of the books was knitting a basic pair of socks. It was their first sock.
Yeah.
That sock pattern was in there.
Okay.
This knitting pattern book was based on the Blossom Street knitting shop books.
Okay. Okay.
And so somebody was knitting this baby sweater in one of the books too. So whatever. It's finished. I'm, you know, I said I would finish it. It's finished. And it will be finished today.
Good.
Yeah. So there. That's what I'm working on. And then I think I showed this already.
What is it? Oh, if you did, you just cast on. I don't remember seeing much of it.
This is my weekender. I am knitting it in this amazing cotton yarn, but it's miles of stockinette right now, boring as heck, except for the one purl stitch.
Yeah.
What's kind of fun about it though, is that the purl side is eventually going to be the right side, but I'm knitting it in the round inside out, and I'm loving that.
Yeah.
And so you've got your boring stockinette with the occasional purl in the middle. Yeah. Right there. At least this is what the inside looks like. And you can see the ridge right there of the purl stitches. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I'm enjoying knitting it. I am using Sea Isle cotton.
Oh, is that
fun? Isn't it soft?
Now that's a cotton wool blend too, right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, I don't know if I got a ball band in here or not.
I know it's Plymouth.
Yep. Here's the ball band. Sea Isle cotton. And Plymouth sent this to you, not last retreat, the retreat before, I think. And it was the year they sent so many cool door prizes. So the yarn for this was in there. That's what I won. And I just love the softness of it. What's kind of interesting, it's a chain ply. I've never knit a chain ply before. You know, when I added, I couldn't find, somebody was talking to me how many balls of yarn I was using or whatever. I was trying to figure out. I could not find where I added I know this is the second ball. I mean, you don't knit this much on one ball. And I took my first ball and I knit 3 different swatches with it. And then use that partial ball to start it on the bottom edge.
Oh, you did the tubular.
I did the tubular cast on. I love that cast on. I love the way it looks.
Show it.
It is the coolest, cleanest edge. It like is rounded underneath and it blends and flows beautifully into the ribbing.
But did you do it on straight needles?
I did.
That's the one thing is if you let it go to a cord, it twists all around and it's hard to manage.
Yeah.
So if you do it on straight needles, it's easier.
I happen to own sticks yet.
Okay.
I do.
And you're only doing half at a time, right?
Right, yeah. So it's just, it's a split hem. So here's, you know, your front is a little shorter than your back. So I think I took that partial ball though, and I connected it on here, but I used a Russian join. And so it just went in the middle of this chain ply so slick that I cannot find where I added that ball of yarn.
Very nice.
Yeah. And what's nice about doing it this way is because if you want to do, you will do a weave and Steven or something like that. And if you want to do that, well, if you're knitting it inside out, that doesn't work so hot.
Right, right.
But on the other hand, if you're knitting it inside out, you know, doing a duplicate stitch weave-in would work real nice.
Yeah.
But, so that first, you know, changeover from the first ball to the second one,
melted right in.
Melted right in.
Cool.
Yeah. So I have got it now that, okay, I do want to knit that Marmel or the Barocco when it gets here, depending upon. But I think I was going to start my socks last night. And, you know, I said, nope, I'm finishing this.
Okay.
I got about 3-4 inches to go on the body. and then I split for the yoke.
Okay.
So then it'll go quick after that. And of course, sleeves, well, sleeves are sleeves.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm working on. I'm going to get this baby done.
Well, I got a million irons in the fire. I just brought a couple.
What else is new?
A couple. We got this yarn in called Longwood Stripe from Cascade. Yeah, Cascade. It's a sport weight yarn. So it can kind of lean toward DK also. So I thought this would look great in granny squares. So I'm going to make a shawl out of granny squares. They're going to be
so the yarn is doing the work.
Yeah, this is the striped yarn. This one ball to make this, because they're just 50 grams. One ball.
Wow.
To make
Here,
this.
I was thinking you were changing colors.
No, this is all the yarn. That's why I thought it was a great fit for something with granny squares. It just is perfect.
Granny squares are so...
They're so in again.
Yeah, retro, I guess.
Yeah. So watch here for a completed shawl within the next month or so.
You know, when we were cleaning out my aunt's house last year, back in one of the closets, there was a cardigan, a wrap style cardigan that was made out of granny squares, connected, and then a shawl collar crocheted on, and the belt and all of that. And there were two of them in there.
Okay. Now we're doing a knit along right now. For now through end of summer, August 25th is the last week. For socks, summer sock knit along. The recommended pattern is the Get Shorty. Oh, I left my pattern down there. It's by Irene Designs from the 3 Ply Girls. If you ever watched that podcast, this is her Get Shorty sock. I started mine yesterday. The knit along started yesterday, but you can join anytime between now and the end of summer. You can come in person on Thursdays at 3 o'clock, or you can sign up in Ravelry. This is the top. It's kind of, she calls it a peak ribbing. It's kind of like a broken where.
I like that.
Yeah, usually when you do a broken rib, you knit one plain row to break it. This is you purl one row to break it. I like it. It really looks cool.
I think that would look cool on the leg too.
Yeah. Well, this is a Get Shorty sock, so there is only
I know, but I'm looking
12 rows. Yeah.
What I'm saying is that on a normal length sock,
yeah,
I could put like a 1x1 rib because I like the tight cuff, and then do that on the leg.
Yeah.
I think that would look cool. Especially in a heavily variegated yarn.
Yeah, I love the way this variegated yarn looks.
I do too.
In that
I love the colors.
I like it better than even just this stuff down here on the bottom where it's striping, like kind of.
Well,
I
that's
like
what
the top
stockinette
better,
does.
but yeah, it's only 12 rows of stockinette here, and then you start the heel. So I'm gonna love these socks. I am knitting them with Heritage Paints. And I am using my Carbons double point. Like I said, I use any kind of needle for a sock. I like double points. I like 2 circulars. I like magic loop. I do it all. So these are Carbons.
Jolie woman for all of us old people who know what that is.
Yeah. Carbons size 1. Okay.
Okay.
I have one more project.
What else?
Now, this is my scraps project. I thought I'd bring one of my scraps projects. I think I showed the crochet ripple.
Yeah.
Well, this is the next one called Northeasterly. And I am totally copying Jules from So Sweet Violet. She's doing hers in a pastel rainbow. And I am too now. So you make these long tubes, like a chevron, and what you do before you even start is you take your 7 colors and you lay them out in the order you want them, and then you weigh it and make sure. She's doing 80 grams, but hers is really tall. So I measured out 65 grams, and like one color was kind of big and I was way over, so I just rolled a bunch off of it until it got down to 65 grams. And so I have 65
So it's 65 grams of
a rainbow.
Okay.
And then she wound them into a magic knot ball. I haven't done that yet. I just got my little, I got all my little balls in here. But all these added up.
Okay.
So, and then when you start your next one, you're joining as you go.
So how do you join it?
You just knit it with, see the stitch on the edge here?
Oh, you pick up that edge.
You just pick up that edge and knit two together.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's very specific instructions in there how to do that.
Oh, this could really be fun.
Yeah.
Oh, you could do it in DK.
Yeah, you can. It's written for both, and it's written that you can color block it too, and you know, make it real modern looking with the color block. Mine's going to be more fading because as you see, it's wherever it ends. Each one is going to be different. See, this pink is taller than this pink.
Okay.
And the orange might only go to here. Who knows? So the only thing, she did a magic ball, and I don't like my knots, and I keep futzing with them, so they're going to get worse. So I think I might make a magic ball for the next rows, but when I get to them, I'm going to cut it and weave in the ends because I don't like this little bump here.
Okay.
So that's my project. I've been waiting to do this, and I just finally said I am starting it because I ran out of neutral. So this is my pastel. I think I told you about how I'm splitting mine into jewel tones, pastels, and neutrals.
I have to decide how I want to do it because I took all of my leftovers from this and I made a magic cake.
Oh, okay.
And so I have that. Said magic cake weighs about 120 grams.
Okay.
The total. And then I thought I would take said magic cake and hold it double with a neutral. And then knit myself something with my cake. But I don't know what I want to do with it.
Okay.
Because I just want to use up this yarn because I do.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with it, but I like this pattern. But yeah. I mean, it's seriously a vase. It's what, or you know, one of these jars that decorator kind of glass things. It's about this tall, and you know, the diameter's a good size. The thing is full of little balls of fingering weight yarn.
Okay, well this would be a great project for it. And you can see on this pattern, the picture I just showed you, it's more color blocks. Yeah. You know, you can look on projects and see a lot of different ideas. It's Northeasterly by Melissa Anderson Loomis, who is Skenanigans. And did you see my needles? I took one bamboo double point. I cut it in half and put point protectors on it to make myself some little straight needles.
I have little straight needles at home.
Do you? I didn't have, and if I would have had 6-inch double points, I would have just put it on the end, but these were 10-inch double points. So yeah, I just cut it in half. They were the cheap ones where you get like a whole set of bamboo needles for $15.
Oh my.
So, yeah. So that's what I brought to show today, but I have a million things going.
If you, I could just go to my jug of little balls of yarn and just knit one till it's gone.
Right.
And then,
yeah, I would say go on Ravelry, look at the projects. There's scrappy ones, there's, you know, very intentional color block ones, there's, you know, different things. Or people just knit them with all their pink scraps or something like that too.
I could do something like that. I have blues and purples of the yin yang.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's fun. I like it a lot. And I love picking this up to work on at night. And you never have to worry about, oh, it's getting close to bedtime, because you can finish a row, you know, in 2 minutes. Yep.
I love this. Oh,
Yep.
this is cool.
Okay, we better go now because Amy's going to be diving into northeasterlies.
I'm going to read this for sure. Yes, I'll start reading it. I'm kind of, can you tell I'm doing it already?
Yeah,
It's just
doing
crazy.
it in your head.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, thank you, and hopefully we'll see you again in 2 weeks.
We will.
Okay.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.